novelty in your story, Dane, is that you entered the finance industry at the age of 20 without any formal education.
I was
You,
an
you,
apprentice greenkeeper.
you read a lot of Warren Buffett's books and educated yourself. But Adil, on the other hand, you're complete other side of the spectrum, multiple
Yep.
university degrees, different countries. So I guess my question is, when you came together for own financial, when you guys came together for own financial planning, you had this co-advice model, and you were very focused on achieving goals as opposed to investment performance, which is kind of the crux of what we've just been talking about. Was this something that you found that Warren Buffett was talking a lot about, or was this something that, you know, is kind of coming through in a lot of the messaging that various lecturers throughout different universities are educating their students
I,
on? What's the kind of trend at the moment in terms of the approach for long-term investing based on your two kind of differing experiences in life?
So I'd say over there, Hayden, from my perspective, like I think what people I think what is really starting to come across to a lot of people is that there is, when it comes to money, we are not rational. We are actually very emotional about our money. So people sometimes have this sort of like people think that they're very rational about their money decisions, but in fact they're not. And it's actually very emotional. You have an emotion and then you try to rationalize it through your money decisions sometimes to kind of get to that fulfillment of that emotion. And so we try, and that kind of becomes very, it's something which we try, and of course we would like to talk about that to our clients and understand what is the underlying emotion. It goes back to the why of why you're doing something. So that is one thing. And then the other sort of thing which we try to do is, one philosophy which we have is like is educate the client that planning is a continuous, financial planning is a continuous, I would say, process. It's not a transaction. It's a journey. We are on a journey with you. And the aim of the journey over a period of time is actually to be less wrong than to be precisely right.
which is a classic Warren Buffett saying that he'd rather be approximately right than precisely wrong. Now he's obviously talking in about how he invests in that context, but it's exactly the same in terms of the broader the broader impacts of that statement in any endeavor in your life, be it money related or whatever. But it's never going to be precisely perfect unless you're an engineer who
It's really important.
who ironically struggle, pardon the stereotypical comment, but often they struggle with the notion of that imperfection. And when we're working with people of that mindset, it's aiming to get them out of their head that things don't have to be perfect all the time in order to take action. And the last point on that, Hayden, around sort of where the origins, when I was sort of pouring myself through reading everything that's been written on Warren Buffett, it was very much when my headspace was very much focused on investing. However, sort of looking back now, a lot of the things that he talks about as to what the way he invests money in Berkshire Hathaway is not how he would encourage someone starting out or someone early in their journey on investing. He has far more sort of simplistic views of that, which is exactly to Adil's point, is do something, albeit imperfect, but keep it as simple as possible as well. So stick to investing in indexes rather than trying to pick the best performing stock or asset class or whatnot.